2 overs into the second game. Brilliantly driven. What a shot by Jatin. The fielder there at the boundary had an opportunity to stop that, did his best. But it was such brilliantly placed. You see, opening the face of the bat to get it right off the field there at deep covers. And you see a slight misfield there gives the boundary to Jatin. The SWKM Blazing Strikers versus the SWKM Dynamic Strikers are the two teams facing today. Short and wide over the infield, and this time to the left of that fielder there. Consecutive boundaries for Jatin. Such a beautifully played shot, or rather you might say beautifully executed, because it was short, it was wide. He ensured he sliced it over the infield and placed it to the left of the fielder there. That is what playing around with the field also is. Score moves on to 16. And really good ball. Good comeback by Paryank. Stump to stump coming into the right-hander. Jatin waited for it and defended it really well. Again, it's that swing which he's getting into the right-hander. He seems to have found his rhythm, seems to have found his line and length. Two deliveries, similar area, similar sort of delivery, similar results. So 2 dots after those 2 consecutive boundaries. What will Jatin try now? This time he lets it go. So getting the ball to swing around, which is a really good thing to see. And he knows that once he pitches it full is when the ball will move. So he's trying to bowl it full so that he's able to get the maximum possible outcome from whatever the surface is offering. And again, this time a little short, but again ball coming into the right-hander. 4 dots after those consecutive boundaries, 9 coming off that over. After 3, the Blazing Strikers are 16 for the loss of 1 wicket. This time string down the leg side does Kashyap. Pulled a really good first over. Just conceded 2 and got an important wicket. This time just over-correcting his line. This one just goes straight with the arm play and a miss. Smart work by the keeper there. He wanted to cut him short of the crease. Just couldn't hit it. This time again cramping him for room. This time too full. Yorker length outside off, misses it. Straight into the keeper's glove, right under his bat. Again, cramping. That's a good line to bowl by Kashyap, and a quick single. With good sense of urgency, Nirmit was stuck on the crease for 3 deliveries. He had to get off the mark to just get the pressure off him, and he does that really well. Good early call, and equally well responded by his partner Jatin. Another good over by Kashyap, just 2 coming off it after 4. The Blazing Strikers are 18 now for the loss of 1 wicket. Paryan to continue. Nirmit gets a full toss. He won't miss out on that. He didn't try to hit it too hard, just placed it in the gap. And gets a beautiful boundary. An important 4 runs to his side's total. So Loosener from Paryang to start that second over. And this time overdoing it. Pulling it full down the leg. Another wide. So slowly and steadily you see the Blazing Strikers innings is getting back on track. The run rate has now jumped to over 5.5. Pull full. Beautifully driven down the ground. Through covers for another boundary. What a good shot that from Nirmit. It wasn't an half volley. It was too full. But just look at that. It's just that bottom hand swiping through the ball. Once you get it through the gap with this power play rules and this outfield which is so quick, you're bound to get value for your shots. Costly over this, 9 already of the 2 balls. And the first time in the game that their score or the run rate goes above 6. And what that has prompted is a long discussion between the captain and the bowler. This time again he was string down the leg, flicked off his patch to the fielder at square leg. But they'll complete that run rather easily. Oh, and now they're appealing for it. The bowler cannot believe it, nor can the keeper. The umpire very clear saying that no, it didn't take an edge. And that's a really good picture to see. The captain just tapping the umpire, appreciating his efforts. And then inside edge, they'll get a single. So Paryank, when he's got it right, has looked a really lethal bowler because of that banana swing, the ball which coming into the right hander with the angle. But he's not just been able to find that consistency to land the ball in the right areas. He's hurt in length, but in the last three deliveries, deliveries of his over, you see how well he's bowled. Another one, and this time he gets a wicket. The umpire took his time, and eventually that slow index finger being raised off his left hand. Second wicket down for the SWKM Blazing Strikers. After 5 overs, they are 29 for the loss of 2 wickets. What a beautiful shot to get that to the boundary. Spinner comes into the attack, rocks back on the back foot, pulls it, swivel to get it past the infield. And there's no one there, no stopping that. Last over of the power play. You know you got to maximize in this over, because after this the field will spread out. And it's a good start to the over. A dot and then a 4 by Jatin. This time too far wide outside off, so that will be a wide. Ranjit has been at the non-striker then. He's been watching Jatin go about his business. 14 of 15 deliveries. This time he gets in the slot, goes down the ground, and that's a huge 6. The first of the game for the Blazing Strikers off the bat of Jatin. That was in the slot and that was full. That asked to be hit. And the way Jatin is batting, he's not going to miss out on that. He moves on to 20 of 16 deliveries now. Scored 50% of the runs for his side. So he's an important wicket here for the dynamic strikers. Shot trying to cut, missing it into the keeper's gloves. So he's checking his shot there. And and smartly played. And another boundary. That is smart batting. It's not always about power. It's about these deft touches as well. And the third man, if you see, was quite wide. So he waits for the ball to come. This ensures he hits it very fine, just past the keeper's gloves. And as we have spoken about it multiple times, this outfield is rocket. You can't stop the ball on this. Last ball. And still one more will be left because this is a wide. 16 have come off this over. This is exactly how they would have liked to end the power play. Oh, shot pushed through quicker. Misses it into the keeper's glove. So huge over for the Blazing Strikers. A successful end to the power play. 16 coming off it after 6 overs. The Blazing Strikers are now 45 for the loss of 2 wickets. Kapil is the new bowler, comes into bowl. So they're continuing with the spinner there. Couple to start off Kapil spell. Ranjit got off the mark with that. And that's good ball. Slower through the air, outside off, bowling at a good length. Ranjit can just plant his front foot and defend it straight back to the bowler. That's a good ball to bowl. That will put the doubt in the bowler's mind, in the batter's mind for sure. Again. And smartly played. Good cricket. And I think that has hit the stump, which allows them the opportunity to take that extra run. Oh no, it was through the keeper's gloves that the ball just ricocheted and allowed them to get that extra run in the form of an overthrow. But if you look at the way Ranjit played that, right, he never tried to get to the pitch of the ball. He just planted his front foot, pushed the ball into the gap, and gave a quick call of that single. and we have a hold in play. I think the batsman is injured himself, so he's walking back as retired hurt. We don't really know what is the exact reason, but the batsman has decided to retire hurt himself. So as we see walking him back, it feels as if he has a back spasm. So it's the back muscles which is hurting him and not allowing him to move freely, which is the reason why he's decided that he will walk back and probably give another of his fit partner the opportunity to go and score runs for his side. So there are both batsmen who have newly walked onto the crease. But Kapil has been really good with his line and length. He's changing his pace, the release, action, everything stays the same. It's just that pace which he's playing around with, and he's getting a lot of dip on that ball. If you see again, the dip on the ball is what is causing the problem in judging the length, and that is why the batters are not able to commit on the front foot. They are just playing wherever they are and playing out deliveries. But if you have to score runs, you got to attack. Again, that one you see waiting for the ball to come to the bat and just defends it back. So good over by Kapil, just 4 runs coming of it. After 7 overs, the blazing strikers are now 49 for the loss of 2 wickets. Ankit, 3 dots. What a good over this has been, and there he concedes his first runs in the form of a wide outside off. You saw that action, it felt as if he was trying to bowl the quicker one. Siddharth on strike, and that's another wide. The short hitter was wide. Had it been a dot ball, definitely Siddharth would have felt he's missed out on that. But to his luck, that was wide. So he'll have another opportunity. There he this time was able to get back to ball, but the fielder, the third man, will keep it down to a dot ball. So with the power play over now, you see the spinners are coming into bowl in tandem for the dynamic strikers, and you see the field is also spread out. So the run scoring is not going to be easy. But when the field opens up, what happens is you get a lot of opportunities to get your ones and twos because all the fielders on the boundary. But Siddharth, if he's batting the way he is, it won't matter even if the power play is on or off. Swept it to perfection and gets the boundary. You see that was on the leg stump. Just plants his foot down and just sweeps it fine to get a boundary after a long time for the Blazing Strikers. So what have started off as a really good over, 3 dot balls, is now turned to 6 runs in 5 balls. So last ball of Ankit's over. Oh, and that one, it felt as if it was the other one because at the last moment I think he bowled it from the back of his hand. If you had a close look at that release, what happens is that ball just hits the surface, holds on and just had a steep bounce. So dot to end, 6 of Ankit's over. After 8, the Blazing Strikers are 55 for the loss of 2 wickets. And what a way to start a new over. Kapil bowled a really good first over. This time it's a little short. And the batsman has placed it to perfection between the two fielders. Ranjit there. That was not really short, but he ensured that quick turnaround. Rock back on the back foot, allowing him time to read the bounce and then play that horizontal bat shot. Gets it to the boundary. So we saw one in the previous over. They have already started off with a boundary in this. So the innings is getting a move on. This time off the edge to the fielder at third. And a good single. Tight one in the end, but they eventually completed with ease. So both these batters, this partnership is blooming into a really good partnership, a really healthy one for the Blazing Strikers. They need to continue scoring at a comfortable rate of 7.20. They always can accelerate later on. This time through the bat, between the bat and pad into the keeper's gloves. Lucky had it turned, that would have crashed onto the stumps. And this one just goes the other way. Goes straight with the arm. Missed it. And this time he gets it short and wide and cuts it well to get it to the boundary. Second boundary of the over. So Kapil has not found his rhythm. The first one he kept really tight. This time he's trying few things. The first one was a little short on the leg. He was pulled on the leg side. This time he goes short and wide on the off. He's cut for another boundary. So 9 runs already of this over. Still last ball to go. And this was a good ball. And respectfully play down for a dot. But a good over for the Blazing Strikers. 9 coming off it after 9 overs. They are 64 for 2. Soft touch and a quick single. Ankit conceded just 6 off his first over, kept things tight like that one. That one was in the slot. Siddharth decided to go across the line to his benefit, didn't really time it too well, so it fell short of the fielder there, and they ran to. Oh, but you look at the umpire's signal, that's one shot, so they will only get a single. These are the small errors which you want to avoid. As a batting side, every run is important. And this time he sweeps it well. All along the ground, fine to the left of the fielder there at square leg. Beautiful shot by Siddharth. The previous one was a little straighter, so he swept it in front of square. This one, he gets it exactly where he wants it to. So all along the ground, swept that for a boundary. So in the last 3-4 overs, they are getting at least a boundary every over. And what that has done is that helped them maintain that that current run rate of just over 7 runs per over. It's a partnership which is blooming. If both of these continue up until the 15th, 13th, 14th over, they would have set a really good platform for the finishers to end. This time short and wide, cut away on the off. The fielder at deep point will keep it down just to a single. Again, trying to go for that aggressive shot, missing it straight into the keeper's glove. Last ball of the over. This is in the air. The fielder's running under it. And there's a mix-up. And the catch has been dropped. Can you believe that? That one was hit off the edge, straight in the air, right in between the keeper and the bowler. None calling for it. Collide and the ball pops out. So an opportunity gone begging. At the halfway mark of the innings, the Blazing Strikers will have the score of 72 for 2 on board. It will allow both the teams to have a discussion and regroup as we take the drinks break. And we are back after that short drinks break. Ankit to continue. That one has gone through. Bat. It's hit the pad. He's appealing for it. The umpire says no. But what a good ball that by Ankit. Gave a costly previous over. 3 came off his first and then 11 of his second. And now what a really good ball to start. Slower through the air. That pitch and turned. And this one just goes through. Cut away to the fielder in the deep at covers. There'll be just another single. This one played straight down to the fielder at long on. That will be just another single. So it's a good start by Kapil in this over. Kapil to Siddharth. Ranjit Siddharth, boat on 14. It's not really short. Taps it to the fielder at point. A good early call. And they get the single. So 4 of 4 in this over. Be interesting to see how Ranjit approaches this innings. Both are almost batting run a ball. 14 of 14 and 15 of 14 is Siddharth. Who is going to be that aggressor? Again on the back foot, plays it straight and gets it for a boundary. We'll have to wait for the umpire signal. Oh yes, it is. Just look at that. He just rocks back and flashes it straight in front of square. Between the gap in cover and long off. Smartly played. And what was looking like good over, suddenly last ball of the 11th over. This one is on the stump, trying to go for the big hoik, misses it. Take a single. So 8 has come off that over. After 11, the Blazing Stars move on to 81 for the loss of 2 wickets. Kapil to bowl is next. Siddharth trying to go for that big hoik right out of the bottom of the bat. Straight back to the bowler. And a play and a miss. Brilliantly bowled. Perfect line in length. Landing on off stump, just straightening a bit from there. 2 really good deliveries by Shravan. This time Ranjit waits for it, cuts it to a third. They'll take a quick single. So what these two have ensured is that the scoreboard is at least ticking. If they're not getting those boundaries, they're getting those ones and twos. This time just strays off. That'll be a wide. Another one. Two consecutive wide deliveries from when he started off so very well. Seems to have just lost the rhythm. And this time on the stump. This is the good one. There's a chance. Had the bowler collected that cleanly, there was a chance at the non-striker's end because Ranjit was too far down the track. Had to put in the dive, but to his benefit, the bowler hadn't collected the ball cleanly. They need to be clear with their running calls. This is a really good partnership. They have set the platform for the others. This time, short wide. And the umpire is not giving it a wide, signaling that the batsman has walked towards the offside. Last ball of the 12th. Just close. This time, brilliantly played to the fielder at deep point. He'll get a single. So 4 runs coming off that. After 12, the Blazing Strikers are 84 for the loss of 2 wickets. Kapil comes into bowl his 4th. Siddharth goes for it. There was a chance that he put down. That chance would have been a golden one had that catch been taken at square leg. Kapil had created chance trying to break the partnership. Like we have said, this is looking really good stand for Blazing Strikers. But the dynamic ones need to hold on to the chances created by the bowlers. This time, Ranjit rocks back on the back foot, hits it straight. But that's beautiful field placement. They have a fielder there which is very straight, just a couple of steps to the right of the umpire. Kapil has been the pick of the bowler. He's bowling his last. This time he steps down the track off the inside half of the bat. They get a couple of runs. But you can see the idea is right. They're going for that shot. They're not holding back. They have set the platform. We are in the last 8 overs. You have to accelerate. This time on the back foot. Trying a deft touch for a run, but was pretty quickly to the fielder at third man. Won't allow them to take a run. 4 have come off the 4 deliveries till now. This time Siddharth gets it in the slot and he sends it out of the park. A much needed 6. You can see the entire team celebrating that. Just look at that. Just before the ball was released, he walked towards the offside and made it into a half volley. And a 6 at mid-wicket. There's no stopping that. So make that 10 of the over with last ball to go. And this time smartly played. There was a cover fielder there, but played it with very soft hands. And will keep the strike with that. After 13, the Blazing Strikers are now 96 for the loss of 2 wickets. Shravan to continue. First ball slightly short. Played towards mid-wicket for a couple of runs. Siddharth has started to look dangerous. He's playing his shots now. Another run in the form of a leg by. This time Ranger hits it straight down the ground. Just get another single. Just another single. Shravan has managed to keep things tight, especially the way Siddharth went into the aggressive mode, changed gears in the previous over. It'll be interesting to see what Ranjit does there. Exactly, he's trying the same thing. Ranger is also trying to hit the ball hard. He didn't time that too well, so that'll be another dot. But you see, the idea is very clear. The message has been shared across that these two are not going to hold back. Last ball of the 14th over. And he gets one, rocks back on the back foot, hits it hard to the right of the long on fielder in between him and deep mid wicket. That's a really good shot. Nothing wrong with that delivery. He had bowled it really well, cramping him for room, but Ranjit opens himself and smashes it. So 9 coming off that Shravan over. After 14, the Blazing Strikers move to 105 for the loss of 2 wickets. What a partnership this between Ranjit and Siddharth. Now Siddharth is trying to be the aggressor. That's really smart batting. Even in this previous ball, he just stepped out, and as soon as the ball was pitched full, just waited for it. And again, stepping down the track, lucky he got some part of the bat or body to ensure the ball doesn't get to the keeper. So that's smart batting. He's covering his stumps really well. Moves on to 33 of 28. This time on the leg, little shot, cramped for room. Pulls it to the fielder at deep mid wicket, but just get a single. This one took forever to reach the batsman. Aniket had just let it out of his hands. Never really tried to turn the ball or hit the ball hard. Just let it slip out of his hands ever so easily. Which is the reason why Ranjit couldn't get that in his arc, or couldn't get the pace at which he could hit that ball. Lucky to get an underage and get a single. The good over this in the circumstances is 6, especially after the boundary of the first ball. Controlled really well. Last ball, stepped out of the track. The keeper misses it. And immediately you see, while as Siddharth is completing his run, he's looked up, thank the Lord for the kind of luck he's carrying. Yes, you need that. There are days when you will have to ride on your luck, but what's in your hand is to convert that into a comfortable score. And he's been doing that. There was an easy chance for the wicketkeeper which he missed. And they get an extra run as well in the form of bye. So after 15, the Blazing Strikers are now 112 for the loss of 2 wickets. And a catch put down. And it's Siddharth. Siddharth lets this one flow. And the fielder at the extra cover cannot get there. Another boundary. What a change of gears has this player shown, Siddharth. Stepping down the track, reaching for it, getting it in over the infield for a boundary. Brilliant batting. Oh man, this player 40 of 32 now. Both these batters have batted their team into this game, if that's how you can put it. 41 of 33 and 27 of 24. You might say that the strike rate is not good or it's very low, but the way they have settled or held on to the innings, and when you get opportunities like this, they are not going to miss out. You saw they have started to change gears. Now is the time they put the foot on the pedal. Gets a full toss. Ranjit, one step, two step, and then slaps it straight back. When you stay on the wicket, runs will come. You will get rewarded like this. Loose deliveries, you have to put it away, and which both these batters have not missed out on at all. And this one on the offside, but a little too far wide outside off. So that's another extra. So another costly over. 15 already, still 2 balls to go. This one's in the slot. And that's a good stop by the fielder there at deep mid-wicket. It came at a very awkward height. He ensured that he somehow managed to stop that from going to the boundary. And this guy is not stopping. Siddharth sends it out of the ground for another 6. "22 runs have come off that over. Just look at that. Again, walking across. Fetches it from way outside off. What power does those wrists have? Sends it out of the ground for a 6. Beautiful batting. Siddharth moves on to 47 of 34 deliveries. And after 16, the Blazing Strikers are now 134 for the loss of 2 wickets. Just look at it, the run rate. It moves it to 8.5 now with that. Kashyap comes into bowl. First ball, he's welcome with an aggressive, powerfully struck shot from Ranjit. He moves on to 38 of 27. Wow, we are in for some fiery action in this last 4 overs. You know the intentions. Again, hit hard, straight back past the bowler. Stopped well by the fielder at long on. This time he'll just get a single. And exactly for that, when Ranjit is batting, that long on comes in very straight. And taken. Finally, the dynamic strikers fielders managed to hold on to that, and a big wicket. They have somehow managed to break the partnership, and it is Siddharth who's walking back. 47 of 34 deliveries, and the second wicket for the Blazing Strikers, or the third wicket for the Blazing Strikers, has finally fallen. What a partnership. He's walking back to a standing ovation. All the players in his team have now gathered along the boundary rope to cheer for him. That was a good take by the fielder as well. But it's that performance which has got them back into the game and got them going. We're talking about both these batters having to set the platform. They did set the platform and then gave their own performance on it also. Third wicket down for 139. We are into the 17th over. This time he lofts it in the air over the infield. That will land safely and allow them to take a single. Sliced it. Ranjit opens the face of the bat. And a double wicket over. What an over this is from Kashyap. Two wickets and two big ones. Both the set batters have to now walk back. And what a way to make your way back into the game for the dynamic strikers. Ranjit has to walk back. Took his time, settled in, built this partnership. And now it will be interesting to see how does Blazing Strikers close this innings out. Just as you felt that the Blazing Strikers were getting away with the game, the dynamic strikers have struck Kashyap 10 for 3. He's in middle of a dream spell. He's actually stopped minimum 15-20 runs for his side, if not more, by taking those 2 wickets. That too within a span of just 3 deliveries. 6 runs have come of this over, but it doesn't matter. Those 2 red W's which you see will make a lot of difference and will directly have an impact on the result of this game, that's for sure. That's how good Siddharth and Ranjit were batting. And now both new batters are out there in the middle. We are in the business end of the innings, so it'll be really interesting to see how they go about. And this is the time the dynamic strikers will have the opportunity to pull things back. But what an over by Kashyap. What a spell. 3 overs, 10 runs, 3 wickets. After 17, the Blazing Strikers are now 140 for the loss of 4. Was a full toss. He's not going to miss out. That's exactly what they need when you want to get your eye in. You want to get off the mark. You get a juicy full toss like that from a spinner. I will take that any day. Aniket this time on the pads. Deft touch towards fine leg. They'll take a single. That'll bring Umang on strike. The dynamic strikers need to stop boundaries. They need to keep things tight. They need to pull the game back. What will be the target that the Blazing Strikers will be looking at? Anything above 160, 170s, I'm sure will put them in a really comfortable position. Trying to play across the line, missing it. The dynamic strikers need dot balls, if not wickets. This time short. Places in front of square towards mid wicket. That'll be just another single. 6 have come off this over. Still 2 more deliveries to go. The required rate seems to have just dropped a little. It's now 8.2. And smartly played by Dhiren. It'll be interesting to see whether they go for the second. And the fielder from deep mid wicket does really well to cover the ground and a good quick pickup to ensure that they're not running the second. Under edge. Straight back to the bowler. So good over. Just 7 coming off it. After 18, the Blazing Strikers are now 147 for the loss of 4. Last 2 overs of the innings to go. It was a good shot. Lucky the ball didn't cross over to the boundary. But that allows them to run 2 there. Trying to go right across. Sweep it. Misses it. So dot. Quick call again for one. Yes, no. They settle for one. And with that single, 150 comes up for the SWKM Blazing Strikers. Really good knock. A really good team effort. Two players doing bulk of the scoring, but they've been ably supported by the others. Dhiren moves on to 10 of 7. Umang 1 of 4. This one's top edge slide in the air. And the fielder there couldn't hold on to it. Gets a hand, drops it. And good sense of urgency. They ran 2 there. Up until now, seen that there are opportunities of 2, but they've been running slow. This one, the bat turning in his hand, the ball went miles up in the air. It's never easy to hold on to that when you're going, you have to run back. It's going to be difficult, and nonetheless, keep it down to 2. That's what's important. Again, leading edge to the fielder at third man. And they still managed to take a single. So now they're running for everything. Last 7 deliveries of the innings. And that's just the risk. The ball is gone in the air, and this time the bowler misses it. And they take 1, and now they take the second as well. So 2 chances in the similar region have gone down. 2 chances created, 2 chances put down. This one by the bowler himself. Just look at it. He had to just check his shot. Just pushing the bottom hand through, and what that meant was that the ball with the bat coming in at an angle went straight up in the air. But good over. 8 coming of it. After 19 overs, the Blazing Strikers are 155 for the loss of 4. Shravan bowling his next over. And a misfield. But no, he'll keep it down just to a couple. How far has it gone? How far has it gone? It's gone very long. That is exactly what they required. You're in the last over of the innings. Every possible opportunity. You're not going to miss out. That one was in the slot full. And he goes for it. Yeah, and clears it with ease. Brilliant shot off the bat of Umang. Last 4 deliveries. These are the final fireworks. That 6 takes them over 160. This time he cuts it on off. There's a fielder there at point which will collect it, and the throw is not the best. Allows them to run 2. That's good sense of urgency. Umang has to keep strike. They're taking on the fielder's arm. So that's good thinking. And that's a good ball by Shravan. They're running for it. The keeper misses. Will they get another one? No. But a run in the form of a bye. But that's a good ball by Shravan. Yorker straight going for the kill. Into the block hole. Not giving away anything to the batter to get underneath. 11 have come off this over already. Still 2 more balls to go. The Blazing Strikers have reached 160. How much will they end on? Dhiren slices it over point. The fielder in the deep will not be able to reach there. That'll be another boundary. Oh, he's finishing it on a high. Very important runs for his side. More importantly, he's shifting the momentum towards the Blazing Strikers. 15 off the over, last ball to go. Shravan had a really good spell before this first 2 overs. Hardly less than a run a ball, but this one, like to finish on a high, and that's a good Yorker. Well bowled. And that's a run out at the last ball, but Dhiren has done his job. 16 of 9. And at the end of 20 overs, the Blazing Strikers are now 170 for the loss of 5 wickets. The target for the Dynamic Strikers when they come out for the chase would be 171 in their allotted 20 overs. We'll be back with the chase shortly. And the chase has begun. One ball into the chase. Started off with a dot and just had the second ball bowled. I think there was a single which was taken. Yeah, that's the confirmation. Single was taken of that. So first runs on the board for the dynamic strikers. Another 170 is what they require. The required rate not much, it's just 8.64. It's about consistency. If they keep getting at least one boundary an over or singles and doubles flowing, they should be able to get to that target easily. I think the way the blazing strikers build their innings, it's a really good example. And the chance there. Oh, that was a suicidal run to start off. He hit that straight into the fielder's hand and set off. Luckily, the keeper couldn't hold on to it cleanly, allowed them to complete the run. Otherwise, it could have been tight. You'd see the keeper's disappointed there. There was a chance. This time, little short cut away to the fielder at point. I would say the batsman would feel he would have missed out there. A little on either side. Could have at least fetched him a couple, if not a boundary. But he hit that straight into the hands of the fielder. It's a good start by Hiren. I think he's looked really good with his line and length. Left arm, right arm round to the left hander. Again, another one driven straight into the hands of the fielder. So just 2 runs have come of this over. We are into the last ball of the very first over of this game, and it's the power play. So you expect some aggressive hitting like that, and that was it straight into the hands. But that's a missed opportunity. Had that been taken, that was hit hard, no doubt about that. But unfortunately, it will go down as a catch drop. So after the end of first over, the dynamic strikers are 2 for no loss. And the first wicket down. Adi strikes. Left arm over. The ball pitches. Leaves the right-hander. Cuts him into half between bat and pad. And crashes onto the off stump. What a brilliant way to start your spell. First wicket down for the SWKM dynamic strikers in form of that absolute peach by Adish. They're 2 for 1 now. This time played in the vacant infield. The fielder giving it a chase. Keep down a couple of runs. This time he hit it straight down the ground. A misfield there would mean that they get a boundary. The effort by the fielder there was really good, but unfortunately through his hands, the ball goes on to the boundary. So looking good over there. Just 3 runs had come off the 3 deliveries with a wicket. Suddenly makes it 7 in 4. The dynamic strikers need a few of these. They need to make the best possible use of the power play. They need to keep the required rate in check, ensure it does not go beyond their reach. It's currently 8.84. They are going under 6 in over. So that is the first thing which they will want to close out. And this will definitely help. A yes, no thing, and then they eventually set off for it. So and wide and an extra run. This will definitely help. Add a few runs on the scoring board. Oh, and that bounce. Tej trying to just play it on the off, but that bounce is what has surprised him. Now this will keep on playing in his mind, definitely. So last ball of the second over, 11 runs on the board. This time he goes for it, top edge, and drops it. There's a really good effort by the fielder there at third man to reach, but it just couldn't hold on to it off his fingertips. And they'll get another single in that. But after 12, the dynamic striker score moves on to 12 for the loss of 1 wicket. And a boundary. What a way to start the over. Hiren bowling his first delivery in the slot, and Tej slaps it for a boundary. They finally seem to have decided to get going. And immediately we are seeing a change in the field. This one's worked off his pads, clipped away. The fielder there giving it a chase does well to hold on to that. Keep it down just to a single. Tej 6 of 6. Sandeep 6 of 3. So an extra fielder coming on the off for Sandeep, the right-hander. Hiren continue to bowl over the wicket. They wanted to just tap it away on the offside and take a single. Doesn't get that. This is full, driven down the ground for a single. This time Tej goes through it, and a really good job there by the fielder there at boundary. First of all, it's not easy to pick the ball in the backdrop of sunlight, and then that bounce, that awkward bounce. He did well to keep it down just to a single. But that was a really good shot by Tej as well. That was full. And he lofted it over covers. Last ball of the third over. 7 have come of it. And just look at that fielder there, right on the left of the screen. Right in front of the batter. Very silly mid-off. And Sandeep smartly this time plants his foot across, plays it on the leg side, and will take a single. So after 3 overs, the score for the SWKM dynamic striker moves on to 20 for the loss of 1. Atish to continue, conceded 10 of his first against Sandeep, walking it to the right of the bowler at long on for a single. That's a good line to bowl, Adish, if you have your two fielders as your long on and deep mid wicket. That's the perfect line. This time down the leg side. So that's what happens when you have a right hand left hand combination. The bowlers have to change their line and length, and that is where you are creating a chance to get a few extras for your team, like in this case. That shot, he swivels, that's in the air and will land safely. So just another couple, what they get. It's a good ball by Adish, banging into his body. Next ball, Adish, this time on the leg side, there'll be a wide. And they're appealing for it, probably pitching outside leg. Sandeep wanted the single sent back by his partner Tej, which was a good call. There was never a run there. And again, straight down the leg side for another wide. So Atish seems to have not found his line length yet. 3 wides already in this over. You can see the idea that he has. He's trying to cramp him for room, bowl it into his body, not giving away an opportunity to free his arms. But he's not just able to execute it to the perfection. Is what it feels like. This time again, another wide, 4th wide of this over. Next ball, he's changed his line, and this one is a good ball. Left arm round, the ball coming into the right hander with the angle which he's creating. The dot ball. 6 runs have come off that over. Again, cramping Sandeep for room, and this time they set off for a single. Slight misfield in the outfield allows them to complete that run rather easily. Last ball of the 4th over. makes room, cuts it. There is a field there in the deep who will keep that down just to a single. So after 4 overs, the dynamic striker's score moves on to 28 for the loss of 1. And a boundary to start the third over. That was in the slot. And second last over of the power play. They are not going to miss out on that. That's a wide and an extra 4 runs with that. So Hiren missing his line completely and bonus runs for the dynamic strikers. You see their run rate goes to 8.8 now. They're suddenly starting to look like they have made their way back into the game. Four of the first ball, 5 wide, so 9 coming off to one delivery. This time Tej goes straight down the ground. That's in the air. And what a catch! What a catch by that fielder. One hand and he plucks it out of thin air. Tej cannot believe his luck. This is that fielder's wicket, no doubt about that. Second wicket down for the SWKM dynamic strikers, courtesy that piece of brilliance in the field. Hiren gets his first wicket. And a big blow for the dynamic strikers. 37 for 2 now. Last over of the power play, just 2 fielders allowed outside the 30 yards for the first 6. They have covered the rate really well. They are currently going at 9.8 per over. The previous over helped them get over the required rate very easily. You see the required rate has come down to 8.13 now. And it's Dhiren to continue. He'll first start off with a wide. This one played with soft hands. The vacant mid-wicket region. They'll get an easy single. That's smart batting by Sandeep. He's batting a runner ball 11 of 11. He knows his job. His job is to be there, play in the anchor role, and pass it on to his other aggressive batters to do the job. They have kept the required rate in check, just 8.09 like I mentioned earlier. And that one wrapped on the pads. They are appealing for it. And the umpire has no hesitation raising his finger. Sureel walks back. Dhiren strikes. That was right plumb in front. No foot movement whatsoever trying to play across the line. He misses it. Crashes into the stumps or in line with the stumps, and the umpire raises his finger rather immediately. Dhiren strikes on his very second delivery. The SWKM dynamic strikers now 51 for the loss of 3 wickets. In the air and taken 2 in 2. A double blow. Dhiren strikes. The batsman walks in. First ball, gets it in the slot. Tries to go for that big heave. Does not connect. Just look at that. Was in the slot there, but the ball slightly away from him, which is the reason why he couldn't generate that power. And that's a really good catch there at long on. Means that the third wicket is down for the SWKM, or rather the fourth wicket is down for the SWKM dynamic strikers. 51 for 4 now, and Dhiren will be on a hat trick. New batsman has walked in. The keeper's coming up to the stumps, getting his field right. And from everywhere you'll see these fielders converging into or nearer, closer to the pitch because Dhiren is on hat-trick. Here we go, hat-trick delivery. In the air. Is there a chance? No, that got just over. And a really good fielding effort to stop that from going to the boundary. But he had created that chance. The batsman getting a little better wood than he would have liked, but eventually that is what saved him. Going over the infield, but what a spell this has been by Dhiren. 2 for 2 in 4 deliveries. Batsman somehow manages to scare away the hat-trick scare. And then next ball smartly just taps the Sandeep and take a single. Another tight over, a dot ball to end. Just 2 runs coming off that first over. After 6, the SWKM dynamic strikers are now 51 for the loss of 4 wickets. They need 120 runs in 14.3 overs at a rate of 8.28 per over. Played on the outfield, the power play is done, so the field opens up and he gets the ball to the boundary, does Sandeep. Or rather, it's not Sandeep, it's his partner who's batting at the other end. Waiting for the scoring details to be updated. It's Pawan who's made his way out and scored off the mark. This time shot wide under the keeper's glove. So wide and an extra in the form of a bye. The dynamic strikers going at a rate of 9.4. They are way above the required rate. The Blazing Stars would need to keep things tight in order to make their way into the game. And there Sandeep, no feet movement whatsoever, trying to cut away, misses it straight into the keeper's glove. Hit it straight and hard. The fielder at long off does really well to hold on to that. Keeps it down just to a single. The bowler getting some hand on that, which eventually helped. Pawan 5 of 2, Sandeep 12 of 15 deliveries. The run rate 9.23, required 8.22. It's all under control. This one's in the slot. Pawan goes down the ground and clears the ground with ease. Huge 6. That is exactly what we were talking about. They have the game under their control. That was a juicy half volley. And it was in the slot. He didn't even have to move in, just in extension of the arms. Timed it to perfection. Pawan and gets it for a huge 6. That will definitely give some sort of impetus to the innings of dynamic strikers. The blazing strikers have had a similar spot. This time low full toss. Hit it towards mid-wicket for a boundary. Is this the over? Siddharth, 18 runs coming off this over. Still one more ball to go. Just 101 runs more required now. The required rate comes down to just under 7.5. Just over 7.5 rather. Scoring at a rate of above 10 per over. And it's looked rather risk-free because they've lost 4 wickets, yes. But it's been extras also which has helped their innings a lot. Again in the slot, Pawan goes for it inside half of the bat. The deep mid-wicket fielder will cut it, keep it just to a single. So after 7 overs, the dynamic striker score moves on to 71 for the loss of 4 overs. 19 runs coming off that over. Another one down the leg side. Another wide. Another couple of runs. This is exactly what has helped the dynamic strikers in their innings. The extras. Sandeep has held one end up. 12 of 15. He's seen some blitz from Pawan and other batters from the other end. Just need that bit over 7.5. So they have the game under their control. Again, smartly played off his pads. That's going fine. It will eventually stop before the boundary. Will allow them to take a couple of runs. Another one down the leg side. Another wide. This time will the ball stop before the boundary ropes? Oh yeah, the fielder there does really well. Dhiren's first over was an absolute peach with 2 wickets and just 3 runs. Rather 2 runs, but this time it's already a 7-run over with just 1 ball in. Sandeep gets it in the slot towards deep mid wicket just for a single. But the first time we are seeing an aggressive shot by Sandeep where he's planted his front foot down. They're appealing. The keeper's appealing. No, but that was good thinking by the bowler Dhiren. He wanted to keep it wide of Pawan's reach. You've seen what Pawan does. Once he gets it in that stump line or in his body, he clears himself and smacks it. This time, Roxpack plays it on the off, but good effort there in the field. Stopped a certain run. Eight of the over, still 2 balls to go. They've taken the required rate in this over. Now whatever they score is bonus. And they'll have more opportunities because this one is also another wide. So third wide of the over. The only difference is this has not contributed to a few runs in the form of byes as well, unlike the other two. Dhiren had to be that bowler who will keep things tight. It got 2 wickets in his first over. He will have a tail up, but unfortunately he's not been able to bowl in the right areas. This time is also smartly played with soft hands, a deft touch. Take a single. No risk taken. You've gotten 10 already of the over. Last ball to go. With every run you score, your required rate is coming down. Now it's under 7.5. Sandeep makes room, drives it, punches it off the back foot. A slight misfield allows them to complete 2. Brilliant. $11 coming off that over. After 8, the dynamic strikers are 83 for the loss of 4 wickets. Jai comes into bowl, starts off with a good one. They just get a single off the first ball. But what the Blazing Strikers would need is wickets. That one's in the slot. Sandeep goes for it. And we'll have to wait for the umpire signal. And it's gone all the way. Just look at that. It never felt as if he wants to hit it for a 6. Just a gentle push. The ball goes long. So the dynamic striker batter seems to be in a hurry to finish this off. 7 already in the first 2 balls. Again in the slot, this time down on one knee, a full toss and an even bigger 6. Consecutive 6s off the bat of Sandeep. And he's building his innings really well. Exactly what Ranjit and his partner did for the Blazing Strikers. Sandeep doing exactly that for the dynamic strikers. Took his time initially. Started slow, played 1s and 2s, built his base, and now he's exploding. Moves on to 29 of 20 deliveries. 13 already of the over. That one again bowled slower through the air by Jay. Yorking himself. But the idea was right. He wanted to go straight down the ground. The required rate under 7 now. Comfortably under 7. Oh, and that one turned. And that has missed everyone. The batsman played down the wrong line completely, and so did the keeper. The get run in the form of a bye. But runs nonetheless. 14 of 5, last ball to go. Pawan flicks it well, and gets it to the boundary. So costly over. "18 runs coming off this over. And this has put them right back into the game, or rather into the driver's seat. 9 overs, 100 comes up with that boundary for the dynamic strikers. 101 for 4 now, with just 70 required in the pending 11 overs. The required rate just 6.36. Vishal, the new bowler coming to bowl, starts off with the wide. The extras has been the problem. Gets it full. Sandeep drives it straight down the ground to the fielder at long on for another single. He moves on to the 30s with that. Required rate just 6.28. In what point the way the first wicket fell early, you felt as if the blazing strikers have had this game under control. And again, Pawan gets it short, swivels, and sends it over the boundary. That's the shorter boundary there. Just look at that, waited for it, and then just a swivel. And the ball goes all the way for a huge 6. They seem to be in a hurry. They don't want to waste their time. The required rate comes down under 6 for the first time. 8 of 2 deliveries. And that seems to be a wide again, and the ball is racing away to the boundary. And yes, that ball gets to the boundary. We'll have to wait for the umpire's signal. Yes, that's given as a wide. So it's these extras which is making things easy for the dynamic strikers. They don't really have to work hard. They're getting minimum 2 to 3 runs every over in the form of wides, and quite a few 5 wides as well. Make that 13 of 2, and that one has turned a lot. Turned a little too much to ensure it misses the leg. So umpire has no hesitation to give that as a no. But just talking about the bowling, that has been not the best efforts by the blazing strikers. You just have 170 on board. You need to keep things tight. And that's a good ball by Vishal. First one where he's landed it outside off the ball, turning. And we are seeing some spin in this game. So it's a good wicket. If you land it in the right areas, you'll definitely get. Pawan steps down the track, drives it all along the ground between 2 fielders. The deep mid-wicket fielder does really well to cut it. Keeps it down just to a single. 14 of this over. Last ball to go. Sandeep waits for it and taps it towards fielder at point. Wanted a run, sent back. So will it be 14 coming off that. And at the halfway mark of this innings, the SWKM dynamic strikers are 115 for the loss of 4 wickets. A lot to think upon for the blazing strikers, and the opportunity for the dynamic striker batters to catch their breath. We'll have a drinks break here. And another wide. The second half of the innings also starts with an extra. Probably it feels as if the extras will be the highest scorer in this innings. But if you take that out, it's been a brilliant partnership between Pawan, who's come on wheels of fire. He's come and taken the game by storm. That's another wide for Rahul. Please come like a storm. 14 balls, 29 runs, striking over 200. And then there is that calm before the storm. Sandeep 30 of 24, who is now slowly turning into the storm like his partner. Again, just smartly opens the face. Sandeep wanted a single. Pawan sent him back. And this time he will get a single. So that's the first ball of Rahul's over. Runs have come off the bat. Pawan goes for it, and that's taken. They needed that wicket desperately, and somehow they have managed to get that. Fifth wicket down, and Pawan, 29 of 14 deliveries, trying to go for a wide one, throws his bat at it, does not get enough wood. The ball goes in the air, and that's a good catch at point. A couple of steps tracking back. A fifth wicket down for the SWKM dynamic strikers. And is this the time that they are making a comeback? Do we have a twist and tail? Interesting to see how the dynamic strikers batters now approach this, especially Sandeep, who's been out there for the last 10 overs. And that's a good ball by Rahul. Into the body. Kapil can just play it straight back to the bowler, but that's fine. He does not need to take any risk. The required rate is just over 5.5. They have the game under control. What they need is a weak partnership because they're already half the side down. Sandeep is doing the job there. You can just take your time, take singles, get him on strike. That should do your job. So another dot. This has been a really good over by Rahul after those two wides on the first two deliveries. Just a single and a wicket in the next four. So he would like to close it out on a good note now. Still two more balls to go. Oh, shot, wanting to cut, misses it. That will be the end of the over. So 118 for 5 after 11 overs. Dhiren comes into bowl, starts off with a full delivery, just a single taken off that. Should bring Kapil on strike. He's played 3 deliveries, yet to get off the mark. This time Kapil plays it really well. They have a fielder there in the deep, but he'll get off the mark with that single. Again, Sandeep smartly played. Opens the face, chance there. Direct hit could have been tight. Sandeep wanted that run. Rather, it was Kapil who set off. Sandeep sends him back. Can expect he'll be tired. He's already played 28 deliveries, been there on the field for almost about 10 odd overs. He will be tired. This humidity definitely doesn't help. Chance off the sticker of the bat will land safe. This time they take a run. The keeper misses, overthrows, and make that 4 of them. Just look at that chance, but no one there. And look at that fielder there at covers. Good quick pick up and throw, but the keeper couldn't hold on to it. From under his gloves, the ball races away to the boundary. So 5 runs, what rather should have been a dot. So this has been the story of the game. The blazing strikers have helped the dynamic strikers to get to this total. This time short and wide. Kapil cuts it, gets it through the infield, and that'll be another boundary. So 1 gets 2. So what was looking like a good over, just 2 runs of the first 3, suddenly becomes an 11 run over in 5 with still 1 more ball to go. And these are easy pickings. Kapil had to just reach and throw his bat at it. No one there on the boundary, on the offside, especially behind square, means that those are runs. And again, you're seeing a field change, an extra fielder coming on the off. Last ball of the 12th over. Stops on the surface. Kapil happy to play it out. They've got the runs required. 11 of that over. After 12, the dynamic strikers are now 129 for the loss of 5 wickets. And Sandeep is doing what he's done the best throughout this innings. Happy to push it, take a single, get to the other end. He moves on to 38 of 30 deliveries. He's the player who spent the most number of minutes out there on the field. He knows there's a partnership which is required. Rahul bangs it short. Kapil cuts it front of square. They'll take a single. The required rate is just 5.25, so they can just do it within singles. A good over or a tight over will also not put a lot of pressure on them, because they know that one big shot can cover it out for them at any point of time. It's a good ball. Yorker length. Sandeep can just push it straight back to the bowler. It's been a good over till now, just 2 runs coming of it. We have seen that this is the time when the game just slips away from the blazing strikers. That one ball quickly. Sandeep was ready for it. He knew exactly what the bowler was going to do. So already on the back foot, just gets back to ball and immediately asks for the run being taken. So he's been a busy player. He's kept things moving. Score moves on to 132 for 5. Under 40 required now. This time driven well and driven for a boundary. The timing on that shot was so very good. Just look at that. Never trying to hit it too hard. Just a front foot push. The timing of that is so very good that it splits the gap to perfection and the ball goes on to the boundary. So what was looking like a 4-ball 3 runs over now looks like a 7 runs and 5 balls over with still one more ball to go. The required rate comes down under 5. So they're doing it the right way. I think this is over after a long time that we haven't seen an extra. But still, last ball to go. You never know what might happen. Ball full. Just punches it to the fielder in the deep misfield there, but he'll keep it down just to a single. So yeah, 8 comes of that over, and finally a 1 without an extra for the bowling team. After 13, 137 for 5 are the dynamic strikers. And that's racing away to the boundary. And yes, that's a boundary to start. Ranjit did the job with the bat for his side. Gets the ball in hand and is welcomed to the crease with the boundary. And it's Kapil now who is starting to do the job. Moves on to 15 of just 10 deliveries. .30 required now only. 6.5 overs left. It's not the overs which is a problem for them. It's just about how quickly they would go on to get them. Drives it over, covers for another boundary. They seem to be in a hurry. Leg spin, flighted delivery in the slot, and he goes for it over the top. 8 of 2 balls. And this time it does turn and bounce. This is well bowled. And that's a dead ball. And this time plays it in the infield. Get a single. Sandeep down on one knee, and unfortunately he's lost his wicket. Slices it at deep covers, and that's a really good catch. Against the run of play, the blazing strikers have managed to take a wicket. and the fielder did really well to hold on to that because he's catching it directly in line with the sun. Chalo Garai step down, slices it, and he did well to keep an eye on that. And immediately you see that reaction from him. But nonetheless, sixth wicket down for for the dynamic strikers rather. Sandeep walks back after a brilliant knock, anchoring the innings really well. 147 for 6 now are the dynamic strikers. And another wide and a 4. Interesting to see the number of extras conceded, but this has been something which has gotten them closer. So 5 wides by Ranjit as well. Make that 15 of the over, last ball to go. And Shravan is happy to just play it out. 19 more required in 7 overs. Just over 3 per over required. It's turning out to be an interesting game. 4 wickets required for the blazing strikers to win. The dynamic ones require just 19. If you take out the number of extras scored, this becomes a really tight game. Kapil opens the face of the bat, plays it at point, wants a single. Not taking there, and you see his teammates are shouting, "Bahut time hai." They have 5.5 overs in hand, 35 balls to just get 19 runs. At this point, what is more important for the dynamic strikers are wickets. They just have 4 in hand, cannot afford to lose a wicket. And when you bat like this, Kapil goes down the ground. And that's a drop. Oh, that could be a costly drop. That catch could have turned the game. Look at that again. Kapil reaches for it and lets his bottom hand take over. Not in complete control. And that's a regulation catch. You expect that to be taken. Could have been a game-changing catch. But it seems to have hurt him. Nonetheless, they get 1 on that, which will bring Shravan on strike. Oh, this game is not over. This game is getting exciting. Just when you thought that the dynamic strikers are going to run away with the game, 2 quick wickets of the 2 set batters. Suddenly you feel that, okay, the blazing strikers have made their way back. And then again a few extras. This game is changing its head like the pendulum. Shravan opening the face of the bat. They take 1. They take 2. And they'll be happy with that. I think the fielding and bowling has been something which the Blazing Strikers will definitely would like to think about, especially the extras when it comes to bowling. They have let a couple of chances go down as well, which might have cost them a few runs. But mind you, this game is still not over. 2 quick wickets and the game will be wide open. Like that, it's an edge. And that's another drop. Two chances in the span of 3 deliveries where the game could have turned on its head. And both of them were like easy catches which you expect the fielder to hold on to, especially at this level that you're playing at. And more importantly, it's not just a drop, it's a runs as well. Now Kapil gets an outside edge past the fielder at third man who's giving it a chase. And the ball gets to the boundary, rubbing salt to wound. Just look at that, he wanted to drive it straight, gets an edge. And the fielder at third man could not stop that while giving it a chase. So what could have been a 2 wicket over suddenly becomes an 8 run over with still a ball to go. Just 11 more required. Kapil happy to defend it. That's smart batting. The damage has already been done. 8 runs come of that after 15. 160 for 6 are the dynamic strikers. Harshit comes into bowl. Last 5 overs, 11 runs required. Shravan goes for it down the ground. The fielder there tries his best, cannot hold on to it. A diving attempt. But more importantly, they get 4 now off that. You see, misjudged it. And at the last moment tried to go for the dive but couldn't hold on. So 4 from the first ball and now single digits. It's just 7 required. It's been an exciting game of cricket. This time Shravan goes hard straight down the ground to the fielder just for a single. So that brings Kapil on strike. 1 hit away are the SWKM dynamic strikers. They have the game under complete control. It's just about that last nail in the coffin. Will they take it slow or will they go just one bang to end it all? Again on the back foot, slaps it straight to the fielder at long off for another single. The required rate is not a question now. It's just about how quickly they get there. 4 wickets is what the Blazing Strikers need if they want to make a way. And there's a chance for get one and another direct hit opportunity missed. There was never a run there, but Kapil just set through. And Shravan had that hit directly, would definitely have to turn around and walk back to the pavilion. But it's been that sort of a day for the Blazing Strikers in the field. Not been able to hold on to catches. The direct hits have not come out really well. And that has allowed the opposition to get away with the game. Just 4 more required. Kapil on strike. 26 of 18 deliveries. Are we seeing a smashing finish from him? Oh, on the back foot, wants to cut. The ball just hurries on to his bat. Goes towards mid-on. We are taught. Last ball of the 16th. Just look at the turn and bounce. That is something which definitely the bowlers would enjoy bowling on, but unfortunately they don't have a lot of runs on the board. It bowled it slower through the air, quite wide outside off. That ball just bounced and turned a lot. So good over by Harshit, just 7 runs coming of it. Now 4 required in 4 overs. Will they finish it in this over? Ideally they should. So Rahul comes into bowl. And he'll start off with a wide. So the blazing strikers helping the dynamic strikers to get to the total. That's how it has been in this innings. A lot of wides. More importantly, a lot of 5 wides and buys. This time pushed through quicker. Shravan going for the big heave straight back over the bowler's head. This time as well. Oh, but that's a wide. The bowler's not happy with that, but that's the decision. So 2 more required. And that again, that bounced a lot. The keeper there, lucky. It has not hit him. But we're suddenly starting to see a steep bounce on the surface. We saw one in the last ball of the previous over when Harshit bowled. This one also bouncing a lot. This one on the body, they're appealing for it. Rather easy decision by the umpire going down the leg side. Again, trying to go for that big heave, misses it. They're appealing for a stumping. But this has been a really good over. No runs off the bat, just 2 wides. If you take that out, fantastic over. This is exactly the kind of spell they required at the start of the chase or in the middle overs. This one's bowled full, goes down the ground, straight to the fielder there at silly mid-off. 5 dots. No runs off the bat have come off this over. We asked this question at the start of this over. Will they finish it in this over? This time they go down the ground, and yes. The answer to that question is yes. Shravan took his time, waited for that one delivery where he could go for that big heave. Finally he gets it. Smashes it straight past the bowler. And that's how it all ended. A slap straight past. Dead straight like an arrow. And with that, the SWKM dynamic strikers win the game comfortably by 4 wickets. We'll take a short breather and we'll be back with Game 3 of the Super Sunday Clash.